Good, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Cloud here. I'm James Turner, and this is Kent Chandler, my co-host. Welcome to a beautiful Friday afternoon. Looking forward to Easter weekend. Be safe and have a great time.
Have you colored your eggs?
Yeah, they're colored.
As the Easter, but you invited him over? And he's going to bring your basket like last year?
He's going to bring me my basket. You know, when I was a kid, though, we changed when I got about... I don't know, probably about 10 years old of that, we switched, and they gave us beef jerky. So we got beef jerky. The guys did. The boys did. So we got beef jerky for Christmas. What do you mean the guys? The guys. The kids. The boys.
Oh, the
we
kids.
Got beef jerky.
Oh, yeah, the kids.
We didn't want all that.
So where did they come up with the idea for beef jerky?
I have no idea. It was good. I thought it was a great idea. I love beef jerky.
Well, of course.
You know.
But in my whole life, I've never heard anybody, especially a kid, come up with beef jerky
for Easter.
So did they put it in a basket?
Nope, we just got the can. A can of beef jerky sticks.
Why are you so lucky?
I don't know.
I mean, you're an original.
I mean, I loved it. I love the beef jerky instead of all the candy. I don't really eat sweets anyway. Now I'm sweet enough already, but yeah, at least that's what
she said. Hey, but the thing is, wait a minute. So when you were a kid, did you eat a lot of candy?
Probably about the same as other kids, but really not a whole lot. I mean, even now as I've grown older, I really don't eat a lot of sweets. So, but it's just not. I'm not my rum and Coke. So that's where I get my sweet.
I know my part.
That's where I get my.
But the thing is, though, I was never. I mean, when I was a kid, I ate more candy than anybody. I loved candy when I was a kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I got the Easter basket, it was gone in an hour and a half. Goodbye.
Right.
Sweet tooth. In Italian, my mother used to call me Lucchine.
Lucchine.
I think that means you like sweets.
Oh, okay.
You got sweet tooth, I think.
Tooth, okay.
Maybe I'm cussing over here. I don't even know it. But anyway,
well, I guess we'll find out. But today we're going to talk about real quick, because I know we got about myth busting.
Myth what? Myth busting? Easy for you to say.
Myth busting. Myth busting on desktops as a service in our Internet of Things segment today, folks. And there's a few myths about desktops as a service now. And I looked at this. I don't know that I relate to all of it, but maybe you do. But I thought we'd kind of go over a couple of these.
Well, this is
not that one, but there's about 11 myths here. But one is I just wanted to touch on a couple of them here. That desktop as a service is too expensive. Now, what's neat about desktop as a service? Well, the thing is that the myth is that when you're coming over to the cloud, okay, and a business is coming over to the cloud.
I got you. Go ahead.
There's a cost environment that shifts for a business. Now, that cost environment comes from a capex or capital expenditure, and it jumps over to operational or OPEX, operational expenditures. Now, what that does is, and the reason it does that is because you're only paying for what you use. Oh. You don't need the infrastructure because we supply that. The cloud supplies it. We're providing the desktops, but you're only paying for what you're using. So if you have 10 employees, then you're only paying for 10 desktops. With the capital expense, you've got to do the whole thing and incorporate all of the costs when it's actually very minimal. It's more cost effective to use desktops as a service in the cloud, and that's how that shift shift happens. The other myth is that one probably you're not sure of, but
Well, what I'm thinking is that the same?
do you have any questions?
No, I'm looking for answers, not questions.
Well, you've came to the right place.
Yeah. I mean, I always think in as for the individual rather than a corporation or something. So would that be the same for an individual as it is for a corporation?
Well, I mean,
Or
this.
how does that work?
Well, I mean, it's almost a like kind because an employee is an individual, so that individual is getting an individual desktop in
see.
itself. I see in the future that it would shift into that private sector.
that's what I'm
I mean,
talking
we're
about,
doing
sector,
it slowly but surely. Anyway, you'll find that a lot of services are cloud-based now, and so you can actually just get all of the services that they offer, not pay for them and download them and get the software. And you just go on and use theirs. You store it on there, store it on their cloud, and you'll find that a lot of services are cloud-based more and more as the days roll on. So. That's really how that works. So, even an individual, if even like this, we'll just stay with the business side. That business person or that employee can take that desktop anywhere in the world on any one of their devices that they can get in the internet and get their desktop on it.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It truly is amazing.
Wow.
That's and it's moving so fast. Here's another myth that DaaS security is lacking. Now, of course, we offer Effortless Defense as one of our services, of course. And Effortless Defense, you can't get any secure than that. We're as secure as you can get. Your system, your data, your information is all stored and secured with a very high-end security service that we provide as well. So security is definitely not lacking. Ms. 6, DaaS doesn't work with your on-site IT assets. Well, that's the thing that's great, is that it becomes your IT asset. You don't those costs of infrastructure you don't have, and so here, as I shared before, that shift comes from the CAPEX to the OPEX model, and becomes very, very cost effective. Not only immediately, but in the future as you grow. It's a dynamic infrastructure that grows as you grow, and that cost you're not bearing for yourself. Another myth that goes on is that it requires a lot of bandwidth. It doesn't require a lot of bandwidth. But of course you need a very secure internet connection. You need a very good. It all depends on what your business is doing, and that is customized, including your bandwidth or whatever that service that you're using for internet. Which we provide Wi-Fi as well. We have a Wi-Fi service, the best Wi-Fi service that a business can have. So any business, we can set up their Wi-Fi for them. And you can, when you get to the business and they say Wi-Fi is available here, then we'll create the portal for them and create that service for logins for guests. Mm-hmm. And they can come to your business and log on to your site.
It's a nice service. That's good.
It's an excellent service. It's just a couple of the services. Again, we're going to talk more about it as we get down the road. One of the other ones. Let me see. There's a couple of different. There's like 11 myths here, and I really just wanted to cover. The licensing. So the Microsoft licensing, really quick. So one of the myths is you can't do DaaS under Microsoft licensing. Well, we provide the licensing. So in your customization,
in the whole
if you're using
picture, right?
that Microsoft licensing, we provide that access to that licensing for you, for the business. So all of that stuff is taken care of. It's really easy. That's what's great. We make it so simple with the flight plan, and the whole process and everything for your business. It's just simple. It's easy. It's cost effective.
All inclusive.
And it's all inclusive, right? And you just can't beat it. There's nothing like Effortless services. So, what?
Do you see me complaining?
No, sir, I do not.
I'm very satisfied here.
I'm glad you're satisfied. How's your desktop doing?
I'm going to introduce you to my desktop.
Okay.
Next time we
Please
we
bring
meet.
it on.
Yes.
I'd love to
Her
meet
name
it.
is Grace.
Okay, did you name your desktop?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
We'll talk about that another time. All right, folks, we're going to be right back with our next segment right after this word from Effortless.